Thank you for the opportunity to allow me to perhaps reintroduce EyePoint. We are a publicly traded company. These are our forward-looking statements. So EyePoint is a specialty pharmaceutical company really devoted to ophthalmology. And in particular, we're leveraging our unique drug delivery platforms to bring innovative solutions to many of the existing eye diseases. We have a very experienced management team now. Many of you will recognize many of the pictures, know many of the names. So where are we at with EyePoint today? We're really executing on our commercial strategy. And in particular, we've launched new products into the marketplace. We're looking to expand our pipeline, and we're really trying to leverage those existing drug delivery technologies that we have. We're well capitalized. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the presentation. And we've launched our first two products into the marketplace this year. YUTIQ for chronic non-infectious uveitis in the posterior segment, and DEXYCU, which is for post-surgical inflammation. So in terms of our pipeline, again, it's really about leveraging our drug delivery technologies. Again, the first two products, DEXYCU and YUTIQ, that we've launched into the marketplace, make use of those drug delivery technologies. We will soon be filing for an additional shorter acting version of YUTIQ, which is for the uveitis treatment. We're continuing to expand on our TKI program in wet AMD, making good progress there. And then we have you're probably familiar with other products in the marketplace that are currently utilizing our drug delivery technologies that we have royalty streams from. But right now, we're really well positioned to be able to evaluate M&A opportunities, and that's really what our focus is today in terms of expanding our pipeline. So if I can take just a couple of minutes to talk about the two products that we've launched this year. First, YUTIQ, again, in the uveitis space. It is really an intravitreal injection that provides sustained drug delivery over a 36-month period. The entire concept is to reduce the recurrence of uveitis. So if you take a look at our clinical trials, comparing patients in our two pivotal trials, comparing patients who received the YUTIQ injections versus patients who received sham injections, you see a significant reduction in the recurrence of uveitis at either 6-month or 12-month time period. But further, if you look at just those, and I'll take one step back, for those patients who had a recurrence on YUTIQ, the median time to having a recurrence was over 1,000 days from the initiation of the treatment. So very effective product. But if you take that small subset of patients who actually did have a recurrence and you look at did they have 2 or more recurrences, it's less than 20% of the patients who had a single recurrence actually had 2 recurrences, even out to 24 months. In terms of the side effect profile, the patients on the sham compared to the patients on YUTIQ, very similar side effect profile with the exception of the recurrence of uveitis. So to take a moment to talk about DEXYCU, which is the other product that we've launched this year. This is a single-dose therapy to treat postoperative inflammation that is injected just below the iris at the end of cataract surgery, for example. And so if you think about cataract patients, you're probably familiar with they're getting several topical drops, and we know how difficult it is for many patients to be on several regimens of topical drops. And what ultimately happens is patients call back to the physician's office confused, wondering which drug I'm supposed to take at which time point. So we think we offer a really nice solution for these patients with a single dose. If you, just to take a quick look at our clinical trials, 2 endpoints from our clinicals. One was anterior chamber cell clearing, obviously the concerns about IOP that we also looked at. 60% of the patients on DEXYCU in our clinical trials had an anterior chamber cell grade of 0 at day 8. So that's really, really good performance of the product. And then in terms of IOP, the IOP characteristics throughout the 90-day postoperative period, very similar between patients on placebo and patients on the active drug. Again, safety profile very similar between patients on placebo and patients on DEXYCU. So where does that leave us with EyePoint? Again, I started off saying I want to reintroduce EyePoint to the community. We're really focused on driving our commercial strategy and really developing our pipeline at this point. Again, we've launched our first two commercial products into the market this year. We'll have an additional filing with the FDA later this year, and we're moving forward on the TKI program. But really, we're well positioned right now to be able to look for M&A opportunities to bring in additional things to fill our pipeline. So this is data taken from our last earnings call. At the time, we were just under $60 million in cash. We have another debt facility worth about $60 million. So we really believe that we're well positioned to be able to take advantage of opportunities in the M&A space or in licensing opportunities as well. And that's what we're focused on in terms of our pipeline. So EyePoint has really gone through a transformation over the past 18 to 24 months, starting with the purchase of Icon Bioscience, and then being able to raise a lot of additional capital through some of our debt and equity partners. And that's allowed us to do two things. One is kind of reformulate what the company is doing, be able to really focus on our commercial strategy. And so we're actively in mid-launch phase right now. We're having very good success with the launch. We've had a very good success from a reimbursement perspective. We have unique J codes for both of our products. So all of those issues from a commercial perspective seem to be moving along very effectively. And going forward, how can we came out of the Sevita organization, so we're well known for drug delivery technologies. How can we leverage those drug delivery technologies with other products to treat many other eye diseases? And then again, how can we continue to fill our pipeline? But the good thing is we feel like right now we really have a strong, effective management team to be able to facilitate both of those goals. Thank you.